It's Christian Santiago, peak performance coach for executives, investors, and surgeons. In this video, you're going to learn one of the 4 reasons why you might not be reaching your potential like you know you can. I don't know about you, but if you're anything like the 7 and 8 figure clients I coach, some of them get to a place of feeling stuck and they say, I should not be here. And they get so frustrated. And so most of the time, it's usually one of these 4 areas that we really deal with to help them break free from, that allows them to make radical changes in a short amount of time to reach their potential. I hope you enjoy the video. So I was talking to one of my clients who's the CEO of an 8-figure company, and he expressed some frustration. He said, Christian, I do not like where I am at right now. And he's like, I should be here at this place. And I should. And I should be this, and I should be this, and I should be this kind of leader. And I should be my company should be at this level. And I should. And all of a sudden, I heard a lot of shoulds. But in general, I was like, man, like he sensed frustration. There's also some clients who are also other 8-figure clients who have said, Christian, wow, like, these were some big shifts that have allowed me to reach my potential. And I want to share them with you because I want to peel back the layers of, it's probably one of these 4 areas that if we were coaching together, or if you were one of my clients or one of my coach's clients, we'd work through with you in order to make some shifts so you can reach your potential a lot faster. Because all of us, I just have a feeling that almost every high-level leader knows that they are not operating at their best. It's not about what you're producing. It's about how much are you leaving on the table. And so one of the first things that we look at that allows us to see, are you reaching your potential or not, is first, are you living under ideals or are you operating in your true wants? Okay, wants. One of the big reasons why a lot of people go 4 steps forward and 5 steps back, or 3 steps to the right and 2 steps to the left. It's like push and pull. It's going forward and going back, is because oftentimes they're living under ideals that other people set for them, or how people expect they should operate, rather than how they really want to live, or what direction they really want to go. They feel like they should go in this direction, and in a direction that either their investors want them to go, or their team wants them to go, or whatever, or other people expect them to go, versus wants. Is this the route I want to go? And if you genuinely feel like you're not allowed or giving yourself the opportunity to really go in that direction at your highest level, you're not going to get things done at the level that you can. You're not going to be the leader that you really want to be at the highest level. And you're not going to enjoy the process. You're going to literally be miserable. Okay? And so one of the first things we have to do is get you out of ideals and get you into wants. What we usually do is first we actually look at, what are the ideals you believe of how you should be? Usually those things are marked by the shoulds or the needs to or the necessity or the obligation or any of that. It's like, I have to be a leader that is the first one in and the last one out. Who says that? Who says you have to be in order to succeed? There are some leaders who will show up at noon. There are some that are there at 5 a.m. and they get the output, because it's less to do with how you should show up and more to do with what's the result or the output you're actually getting. Okay? And so oftentimes it's like, hey, ideals versus wants. We're going to get you out of that place of ideals where you feel like you're living under a weight to what do you really want to? Because when you operate in what you really want, you can put in those 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day and not be burned out at the end. You actually feel like you're compounding over a long period of time and going in one direction, and you really, really love what you're doing and going more on fire and being even better over the long term because of it. But it's tough to do that unless you're willing to give up ideals. And that leads to the second one. The only way you do that is if you operate with courage. But oftentimes, a reason why you're not reaching your potential is because you're operating with low courage. You're not really, if I were to put this lightly, is this: you are living like a mouse when you know you should be a lion. You know, there are some bold moves and bold decisions that you know you need to make that you're actually holding back on because you're afraid of how certain people will respond, or even how afraid of how you'll be judged or how you'll be labeled, or you're unsure if it's right, but you're trying to trust your gut for probably first time in years to really do this. Or you know that this courage that you're going to take is not going to ruin a bad thing. It's actually going to be willing to give up a good thing for something better. You see, what terrifies high-level leaders is not even ruining a bad thing. They'll totally get rid of that thing. Nope, we're going to another level. It's actually ruining a good thing in place of something better. Because if it's good, why not? Why give it up? I remember I was literally with one of my clients, just with them face-to-face in Oklahoma, and he was like, man, like this company that I'm giving up produces 7 figures a year in my pocket, but the opportunity that he was going to give up for that was already in another vehicle that was giving him 8 figures that could turn into 9 figures. But he was like, no, but this is good. This is another thing that's giving money. And then it was like, no, you're giving up. Let's give up something good for something great. And oftentimes that's like nervous. And they get a little nervous, and that's okay. But that's the moment to operate with courage. It's to say, man, if I was 5 times more courageous in this situation, what would I do? That's the thing I'm going to do. And so, second reason why most people don't live in their potential is because of low courage. And oftentimes, a low courage causes them to settle for the wrong people in their life. That's the third reason why a lot of leaders or a lot of people don't reach their potential, is because you got the wrong people in your life. You're afraid of feeling like it's wrong to cut people off or any of that. And I would say we don't have to cut people off. It's not really cutting people off. It's creating boundaries, greater boundaries. It's basically putting a circle and saying, okay, my inner circle is meant for A players, but I can absolutely serve and give to everyone else on the outside. You're not cutting them off. You're just moving them more to the outer rings of your influence circle. And so for you, it's saying, hey, like my inner is for people that I don't have to explain myself to. It's people that don't think I'm crazy. It's people that I don't have to apologize when I say, yeah, I know I'm good at what I do, and I'm absolutely world class at this one thing, and I know I would take my things to another level. It's the people that they're in your corner that literally you're like, man, I want to go 10x to what I'm doing, and they never tell you, why are you not satisfied with what you currently have? Shouldn't you be happy with everything? What, things are not good enough for you? No, those are the wrong people. Those are people you just put them on the outside out here, okay? You just put them on the outside, okay? It's people that you don't have to apologize for your tenacity about. But oftentimes, if you have the wrong people, it's because we're doing this with our relationships. Past, present, future. You see, the people who have the wrong people in their life, it's because they build them based off the past and the present. Real leaders, high-level leaders, create relationships based off their future. Based off their past. Oh, I've known them for so long. We've been together for so long. That's based off their past. Or their present. These are the only people I have right now that are around me in my present. No, that's not good enough. I would rather you be alone with the wrong people than be with the wrong people right now. I'd rather you be alone right now than be with the wrong people, because the wrong people will pull you back more than being alone, because then that gives space for the right people. Because real leaders build relationships based off their future, who they're becoming, where they're going. Can we go together moving forward? Okay? And the fourth reason is a lack of commitment to mastery. Fourth reason why you're not reaching your potential is because of lack of commitment to mastery. You want to be known for everything instead of being known for something. Yes, you're great at a lot of things. That's awesome. But that like in reality, what's the work that if you were to do on this earth, you would feel like, man, I am done. I am great. I can die. I can live. I can go wherever to whatever you believe as far as an afterlife. But whatever that looks like, it's like, man, like what's the one thing that I can compound over a long period of time in one direction? What's the one thing? The one or two things? I can teach marketing. I can teach, public speaking. I can teach extemporaneous speaking. I can teach writing, and I can teach a lot of. But what are the things that I was like, man, like I'm obsessed about, not passionate, obsessed that I can go into mastery over a long period of time. Peak performance. I love the operating at peak psychology. What the top 1% people do. How do they operate as far as productivity and influence? I love everything to do with the brain. Man, you can like psychological issues. If you have anxiety, depression, struggle with suicide, imposter syndrome is awesome, cool. We can take care of that in 2 1-hour sessions. It's like, let's do it. Like, I love that. That's like, I'm on fire about that. Like one thing, one direction, go in a long period of time. The people who really get momentum that I've been able to coach, man, a lot of my 8-figure clients, they literally just know for one thing. They're like 1 or 2 things. They're like 2 things max. And if it's 2 things, sometimes that's a little bit too much. Let's cut this off like the one in Oklahoma. It's like, man, like when I was with him, it was like, no, we're going to give it the 7-figure thing so you can just focus on this 1, 8, and 9-figure potential thing. Like, let's just go in one direction. So when you have a lack of commitment to mastery, you're trying to dabble in a lot of things instead of being masterful in very few. And also, too, what are the 1 or 2 outputs that you can do over a long period of time with higher quantity and quality that will allow you to really reach a next level? It's like Taylor Swift and Beyonce. The 2 things was albums and tours. Those are the 2 things they really, really focused on. And guess what? That's why both of them at a higher level kept growing and reaching their potential. And so stop changing direction. Stop changing vision. Go in one direction and let it compound over a long period of time. And so if you've loved that, if this really impacted you, hit subscribe, hit the like button, share this with somebody that you know. And then also, too, if you want some coaching, totally let us know. You can click the link in the show notes or the description, and we'd love to work with you as a peak performance coach in the Greatness Institute. And so my name is Chris Santiago, peak performance coach, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.